They're coming in. They're coming in. Welcome everyone to Rolynn's Reviews. All right. Um, how you doing, Janice? Tina, Big Daddy. Did the red one us? I'm not sure what you're saying, Tina. We'll wait for a few more people to come in. Now we're gonna have to do this in two parts because I have like 26 important money management tips. So these are things that I've been talking to coworkers about, and some of my coworkers' children. Didn't the red one use that song? Yes, sure did. How you doing, Teresa Ray? How you doing? All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. I was just sharing with the people who are here already. We're going to wait just a few more minutes, and I'm going to go over. I'm probably going to have to do this in two videos. I don't want to keep you all day on a Sunday. Janice doing well. Good, good. I'm fine. It's raining every 5 minutes, but I'm fine. Okay. So, again, folks, we know we're in the middle of a pandemic now. So, managing your money now is more important than ever because there are job losses, people's hours have been cut. So, those of us who do, hi Stephanie, Stephanie's here. How you doing? Okay, they're coming in. Those of us who do have jobs definitely have something to be thankful for. Steph, we're just getting started talking about the pandemic, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there may be another government. I don't know. There may be another shutdown. So I'm hearing certain states. I don't know how many states that entails, but again. So that's why we have to have some money on hand, a little something. We've all heard the old adage, keep some money saved for a rainy day. Well, in these times, you better, okay? Stephanie said she heard the same thing. Yeah, hi, Jamal. Jamal's here. Hey, I can't stay. I'm in church. Okay. Jamal, we definitely don't want you to miss church. Just glad you stopped in to say hello. We'll catch up with you next Sunday. That's fine, dear. Okay. Thank you, Jamal. Yeah, those of you who are here only have 2 likes. Please go ahead and hit the like button. The more you hit the like button, the more that it will trigger the YouTube algorithm. Stephanie, I found out you said that you could not find my Prince video from last week. Well, I found out why. I told you the YouTube Nazis, they shut the video down. So obviously some artists it varies, but I guess the Prince estate, they don't want you playing anything, even when you've given the information at the bottom of all my videos. And just like some of these other YouTubers that have been doing this for years, hey Henry, how you doing? They've been doing it for years. They're actually going to other platforms like Patreon and other platforms because, everything they do. I mean, I see them on complaining with little short videos saying, they took my video down. I mean, and you're giving the artist credit. So you're not saying that this is your work. How you doing, Tazzy Tay? Good. All right. We're just getting started. So I don't know. So that's what happens, Stephanie. So what I'll do is I'll do those 4 chapters over in a video, no music. Okay, so that's just where we are with that. And that, again, that's why a lot of people are using different platforms because it's becoming more and more difficult. Even when you give your internet's buffering. Yeah, with all the rain we've had the last few days, we have been having internet issues here. Okay, so I'm still here, Miss Ray, whenever your internet decides to stop buffering. Okay. All right. So we can go ahead and get started. And when I get time, YouTubers getting, yeah, Stephanie is. So that's why a lot of people are going over to Patreon. But the only thing with Patreon, if I go over to Patreon, then you guys have to pay a fee, even if it's maybe $2 or $3 a month, to come in and participate in live chats. And so I don't want to do that. I don't want anyone charged. Okay. So important money management tips. I've taken a few notes. And when I get time, hopefully I can put all this down in the description box. I don't know if that'll be today or not. But as usual, if you have any questions, we can discuss it. You can leave me, anytime you leave me a comment in the comment section, I always respond. I always do. Or you can email me. You can contact me by email. I'm on all forums of social media that you can think of. All of that is listed in the description box, okay? Okay, so money management tip number 1 is to live within your needs, but not below your means. And so that's just another way of saying, if you remember the prior video, which thank you guys for helping that video to go viral. That video has almost, almost 1,200 views. So thank you, kudos to you for getting the word out. And I will be doing more educational, informational type videos, okay? Less of the book reviews. Obviously, us being in a pandemic, this information is needed just a little bit more, okay? So, and this ties in, tip number 1 ties in with what I talked about with the last video on home buying tips. Just because the bank says that you've been approved for a loan of $250,000, Henry, that doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a house for $250,000. You may find a house for $150,000 or $100,000 that you like just as well. Why go into all that debt, especially when it's not a need for your family? But I don't know. This is America. Everything has to be bigger for some odd reason. I don't know. That's an American thing for some reason. So just buy what fits your needs, and you should be okay. All right. Also, do I have anyone in here who leases a car or anyone who has ever leased a car? Type in the chat section, folks, if you have. Now, me personally, I never have. I never have because I always knew that it was a bad financial situation and they had too many stipulations. You can't drive over 10,000 miles a year and you can't do this and you can't do that. So I said, forget it. I don't need all that. To me, that would be added stress that I just did not need. So I never leased a car, folks. Buy instead. When the dealership has you or offers to lease a car to you, that's just another way of them saying you can't afford this car. And again, they have so many stipulations. Right, Henry. Thank you, Hen. Hen's the moderator today. Number 2, Hen, is don't lease a car, buy instead. Thank you, Hen. So keep that in mind, folks. And again, if you find a nice used car for $2,000 or $3,000, what's the problem? That's why we have these recessions, because people are buying more than they can afford. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, this is one of my pet peeves. Stop paying. This is number 3, Hen. Stop paying extra for minor conveniences. Now, I don't know how many of you drink coffee. I do not. However, I have coworkers who go to Starbucks like every morning and buy a cup of coffee. So right there, you're looking at what, $6 or $7 for a cup of coffee. Okay. Do you know if those coworkers took that money, say let's around $100 a month they were spending on coffee at Starbucks. If they took that money and put it into an IRA instead, okay, they could have $1 million in 40 years. So, and if you think about it, making coffee, all these instant coffee machines, it doesn't take that long, folks. So I don't know about you. Like I said, I don't drink coffees. What's up, Mo Dollars? Okay, Mo. Mo is big dollars. She's Mo Dollars. Okay, so I don't drink coffee. Even if I did, I would make my own. I'm not going to pay $7 for a cup of coffee. I'm just not. Okay. Each person is different. I'm just trying to help you. We're in a pandemic. Some people's hours have been cut. Some people have lost their jobs. So, hey, I'm just trying to, help out. So keep that in mind. That money that you're wasting, by leasing, even by eating out, folks, we waste a lot of money, eating out, and their food delivery services. that, you can take all that money you're wasting and put it into an IRA. Number 4, pay with debit instead of credit whenever possible. I know you love coffee. I know it's hard for you. I know. Um, there is no more expensive form of bondage than credit cards. I have one credit card. I only use it when I travel, and that's for hotel fees. Now, if I'm at a store and I see something I want and I don't have money in my checking account, well, then I just don't buy it. I do not use credit cards. It's nothing but bondage, folks. And it stresses you out. And I don't have time to go into it here, but there are correlations between people who are stressed out because they're in debt and poor health. Definite correlation. So don't do it, folks. I would probably pay everything. If you don't have a debit card, you can get a prepaid debit, a prepaid credit card that's tied to your checking account with no overdraft charge. I know people, they pay money every month. It's a waste. You're not missing anything but trouble, Mo. Good job. And overdraft fees. Okay, and that's 30, 35 bucks a pop. Okay, so that's a lot of money wasted. Number 5, pay your student loans on time, folks. All right. Some of you who I know personally, we've talked about this on your student loans. You need to pay those back, and you need to pay those on time. As a matter of fact, some experts say you need to pay them before you pay anything, because even if Henry, for example, were to go through a bankruptcy, guess what? Student loans never disappear. I don't care if you file for bankruptcy or not. They don't disappear, folks. So you need to pay those. If you don't, the government can garnish your wages if you're working. Say, income tax time, you're not going to get anything. The government's going to get their money back. That's just how it is. Good. Number 6, get out of debt ASAP. Okay. Expeditiously, quickly. All right. And from the experts that I have read up on, they say just start out so you don't get too overwhelmed. Start out paying your smaller debts first. So say if you have a credit card for $300 and you have a credit card that has $1,000 on it, start with the smaller one first. That way, personally, and it's psychological too. You feel, oh, I'm making headway here. So you feel like you're accomplishing something where, $1,000, it's going to take you a little bit longer to pay that off. So it's psychological as well. Okay. So get out of debt as soon as you can. You will feel better. They even say when people go and interview for jobs, if they're stressed out because, they have all these bills to pay and all this is running across their mind, potential employers can actually see that stress and they think you're desperate. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. Number 7, Hen, are you still with me? All right. That's right, Hen. Start with the smile. Hen, you own it, girl. I got to put you on the payroll. Set up an automatic deposit into your savings account. Now, me and my coworkers, all of our money is deposited into a checking account. Okay. So even if it's $10 a month, folks, it doesn't have to be $200, $300, $400. Everyone's situation is different. Even if you're putting $10 a month into a savings account, that's something that's better than nothing. Okay. So just depends on where you are. But that's a proven way to stay committed to adding to your savings. And there are, plenty of books and other information out here that you can check into. Like I said, it just depends on your particular situation. Okay. Number 8, have 8 months of living expenses saved in an emergency fund. Oh God, how many of us have that? Whoop, whoop. Okay. I'll say that again here. Have 8 months of living expenses saved in an emergency fund. Okay, now what do I mean by that? A healthy emergency fund could be just in case a what if. What if you have, well, here where we live, we have so many weather catastrophes every year. Okay. And um, sometimes we have to leave our homes. They'll tell you to go elsewhere, leave. And then, well, if you don't have any money, how are you going to get a hotel room? How are you going to buy food for your family? How are you going to buy gas? So keep that in mind. What if you're laid off or sick? What if you have an illness all of a sudden, or God forbid, some form of cancer? And, you're out of work, you're receiving chemotherapy, radiation. That's unexpected, folks, but it can happen. And we have a bad habit of not planning. So if you have 8 months worth of living expenses, that will greatly help you. Okay. Number 9, follow your instincts and all that. That's just another way of saying if your instinct, your gut's telling you that something you're about to do financially is not smart. Okay. Pay attention. It probably is not. Okay. Don't ignore the signs. Follow your instincts. If you're like, if a friend or relative says, "Can I borrow $5,000? Can I borrow $10,000?" Or even if it's $1,000, it doesn't matter. Okay, everyone's situation is different. So, how you doing, Jermaine? Um, I say no. I mean, when people come to you wanting to borrow money, they come to you with, honey dripping from their lips, and it's all lies. Okay. And then, of course, if you've watched the Judge Mathis television show enough, how many people have lied to family and friends and say, as soon as I get my tax money, I am going to pay you back? How many people have heard Joe? Well, let's see, Judge Mathis, he's the main one who talks about it, but Judge Joe Brown talks about it too. But my favorite is Judge Mathis. But yeah, he talks about that. He has people on there all the time because a family member or a friend told them a lie, and said that they were going to pay them when they got their taxes. And of course, when they get their tax money, they're gone. They disappear. Same way, one thing I was angry about here in North Carolina, other states, you cannot evict tenants who decide, well, who can't pay their rent. My only thing with that is, what are you going to do for the landlords who, depending on that rent money, to pay the mortgage on the property? So again, I've been looking on the internet, and there's been an uptick in foreclosures. So, that's not good. All I'm saying is they should have a program as well for landlords to try to recoup that money. And what angers me is that, we don't want people thrown in the streets. But, sometimes, when you tell people that, they're not going to try to pay anything. And the rule doesn't say you never have to pay it. It just says you can't be evicted. You don't have to pay it right now. So if you wait and let a few months go by, yeah, Henry, that's my favorite. You're really going to be in a pickle, and eventually you're going to have to move out anyway. So just keep that in mind. All right. Number 10, never, ever, never, ever, ever co-sign a loan for anyone. Never. I did that one time in my life. I will never do that again. Okay. Again, yeah, Henry, we need some landlord support groups. You have the number? All right. That's what I need in my life. So again, family and friends will come to you, honey dripping from their lips, promising how they're going to pay it, when they're going to pay it. And of course, it never comes to fruition. They don't do it. Never co-sign a loan. When you co-sign a loan, family, friend, or foe, you are saying you're taking personal responsibility for that. They default. Guess what, folks? You're paying it back. And if you don't, that's your credit. I've even had coworkers come to me. They needed utilities cut on, and they would come to me wanting me to co-sign for them. Now, I knew these people personally, and they didn't pay their bills. So guess what? No, but I wasn't going to do it anyway, because I told you I did it once for a relative, and of course they didn't pay. I had to pay it back. I had no choice. I was in college at the time, and when I co-signed the loan, I had to give the title to my I had two vehicles, and I had to give the titles to my vehicles. So had I not paid that loan back, they would have taken both of my vehicles. So that was not going to be nice. All right, number 11. It says don't rush into buying a home. Again, this is the perfect. If your credit is where it needs to be, and you have, you know, a little down payment, this is the perfect time. But if not, keep saving, keep working. I talked to a young lady last week. She wants to get her credit score over 700. I said, yeah, that, you know, if not, you're going to have a high interest rate. So keep working on that. So that's the number. Did you get number 11 here? Don't rush into buying a home. Like I said, it's all about being prepared, folks. So it's all about preparation, preparation, preparation. All right. Number 12. Investing, and I need to do a whole video on investing. Okay. Go with a low risk option. A lot of people get into the trendy, you know, whatever is popular at the time. You guys remember in the early 2000s, I think big tech was real. They call them the dot-coms, and everyone was investing in the dot-coms. And then what happened? The dot-com bubble burst. Okay. So if you're going to get into investing, which I do suggest, okay, depending on where you work and the career or whatever that you're in. Now, me and some of my coworkers on here, you know, we have money invested, you know, through, you know, employer sponsored, you know, 401k, 403b, other options, IRAs. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you're investing. Okay, so that's primarily what I wanted to talk to you about today. And I didn't want to talk your ears off. I wanted them to see if anyone had any questions that I could answer. Any questions? And just keep in mind that, again, this being the pandemic, a lot of uncertainty. Keep up with the stock market, you know, if you are investing, to see, you know, how stocks are doing, you know, and what you need to do. And just, you know, you could, you know, contact a financial advisor, which I would suggest, but make sure you vet the financial advisor to make sure that you're not dealing with a scam or a con artist. During this pandemic, and even on some of my social media pages, I mean, there are all kinds of scams going on. People, you want to make $1,000 in an hour, and you want to do this, you want to do that, just invest. And then, you know, they get your Cash App information, or they get some people are crazy enough to give them their checking account. Folks, don't give that information to anyone. You do not know who's on the other end of that computer or telephone. So I definitely wouldn't suggest it. As a matter of fact, I got to go on some of my social media pages and unfollow some of these people. They started following me, so I'm going to have to block them, because all they're doing is sending me. It's the equivalent to spam. They just keep sending me these messages. You know, how would you like to invest? Da 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 da. So, all right, I have 11 people in here and 4 likes. Go back and hit the like button, folks, please. Okay, so we can keep the video going like we did the other video. All right. No one has any questions? Teresa, you don't have any questions? Janice? All right, you guys. Why is everyone quiet on me today? Okay. All right. Mo, you still taking notes? Okay. Mo Dollar says she's still taking notes. You don't have any questions, Ms. Ray? Janice? Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Janice. Yeah. We'll finish up. I guess next Sunday. Henry, you're going to be available next Sunday as well? Henry. Okay, so I have Henry, my moderator. She'll be here next Sunday as well, okay? So I didn't want to keep you too long. Some of us have to get ready for work tomorrow. And as always, if you have any questions, all you need to do is, leave in the comment section or email me. It doesn't matter. You can contact me on Facebook, Instagram. All right. All right. You know what time it is. All right. If you're still here, let me know you're still here. All you need to do is stay here, and I got you. Have Cash App. Janice, you still have your Cash App? Now that I brought you up to the 21st century. Okay, is that it? All right, let's see who's the winner today. Those are my winners. Henry, do I have your Cash App info? I think I do. All right, Mo, try again next week. Janice, I have yours. So Henry, Janice, and Wade, I need your Cash App so I can pay you. I will pay you as soon as I get off the live. All right? All right. Those are our winners, folks. We'll get together, finish up the conversation next Sunday, all right? And hopefully everyone will be safe. Unfortunately, here in North Carolina, we're in the red again. So I know a lot of people are not wearing masks. So all I can say is be safe, folks. And those of you who are winners today, as soon as I get off the live, the money will be in your account, okay? Enjoyed you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it was informative. Oh, no problem, Hen. Thank you, moderator. So just like I said, if you have any questions, email, social media, I will answer you. If I don't know the answer, I will find out. So everyone try to enjoy their week. And thanks for the info. Right, too. That's all of us three, Miss Ray, and that's why I try to share. I don't know everything, but I know a little bit, and I just try to share the little that I know. So I'll finish it up next Sunday, the second part of it. So if you think of some questions that you might have, or you can email me like you did before. And if it's something that I'm not sure about, I will definitely get the info for you if that's, if that works for you. Okay. Very important. Okay. Yeah. Hi, how you doing, Donna? Donna, we just finished up. Check out the video and let me know what you think. There we go. Yeah, let me know what you think about the video. And we're going to finish it up next week. We did about 12 important money management tips, and then we'll do about 12, 13 next week, and that'll finish it up. Okay. Make sure next week get in here before we end, Donna, so I can enter your name in the drawing, because we're already done with the drawing. Okay. Blessings to everyone. If you don't have any questions for me, I will go. All right. Enjoy your week and hope to see you next Sunday.